What's up, everybody? It's Zach the Celtics guy here. Welcome to an episode of the Massachusetts Report here on the graveyard shift from my motor vehicle on one of my breaks. So, just thought I'd make this video before the holidays, and I just hope everyone has a great holiday with their families. I hope everybody is doing well out there. Hope you all have a great weekend, have a great holiday weekend. But I thought I'd just put this video out here now, because it's another one of those topics on my mind, but I'm going to talk about it in my motor vehicle, because when I'm on the job, I don't feel comfortable talking about politics and having people overhearing me, because, you know, I work in a family shelter organization as a mental health worker, so I'm not going to, and I work by myself on this property at night, so, which is nice. So, but, you know, don't ever want people overhearing me. I mean, you know how that goes. That's just a rule. That's the introduction to this type of segment here. So, I want to start off by saying this, and I don't know if I've ever gone this far with my disdain for Maura Healey, the governor of Massachusetts, my state that I've been born and raised in. And I've talked a lot about her. I've covered many different positions on her. I was okay with her in the beginning. For those of you who don't know, I was sort of okay with her in the beginning. Then there was at some point down the line, just her terrible policies I ended up turning on her, and I've been a staunch critic of her ever since. And so isn't the vast majority of people in this state. Now, I don't know if I've ever gone this far, but I'll just do it anyway, because this is how I speak. I speak my mind on these issues, and when I'm calling out a Democrat, no, it doesn't mean I'm favoring Republicans. Just like when I call out Republicans, it doesn't mean I'm favoring Democrats, because I hate the two-party system and I hate fucking politicians. So, Maura Healey and her fucking goons and her administration think that it's a good idea to disregard the will of the voters. And I just want to first put out there that the State Auditor, Dizoglio, is a hero. Now, just because, you know, someone's doing the right thing and they're doing their job, I see her as a political hero in a way. And why do I see her like that? Because she's actually standing up to Maura Healey's corrupt administration that has brought nothing but terrible policies and bad side effects to our way of life, our quality of life, and our economy here in Massachusetts. Because Maura Healey's record of failure is costing us jobs and businesses at record rates. And that's why I despise her and her fucking corrupt administration. Maura Healey's Massachusetts is untransparent, unaffordable, and is unfriendly to working class people. Maura Healey thinks it's a good idea to disregard the will of the voters, or at least her goons and her administration, her corrupt fucking Attorney General, Andrea Campbell, who is a corrupt piece of trash, and other members of her fucking cabinet. I mean, this is just what Beacon Hill is. Beacon Hill is one-party Democrat rule where there's no rules and regulations, no checks and balances, and there's no transparency. The reason why 72% of the voters voted to audit the legislator, we did this because this brings about checks and balances to this state. And that's what we need. That's what we had before at one point or another. But that's been completely denigrated by Maura Healey's record of failure. Maura Healey has violated her oath of office. These members of her administration have violated their oath of office by disrespecting the will of the voters and making it publicly clear that they're not going to let the auditor be able to audit the legislator, basically preventing her from doing her job. But she's fighting back, and I have all the respect in the world for her. You want to talk about someone who is tough, like a tough woman? Now you want to play this game. You want to talk about, we want this and that or whatever. Oh, but you know what? Why don't you look at her? Why don't you look at Dizoglio? Why don't you look at her? She doesn't care. In fact, she is speaking up She's fighting back against Maura Healey's corrupt administration. She's fighting back. Just look at what she's doing. And she's a Democrat, too. Diana Dizoglio is doing what Maura Healey refuses to do. And the corrupt pieces of trash in her administration refuse to do. I would say impeach Maura Healey, but I think the number one person that should be impeached is her attorney general. I don't know what fucking law school this fucking broad went to, but I'll tell you right now, I don't know. I don't know what fucking law school she went to, but it's not one that made her fucking smart. Just because you go to university, just because you go to law school, just because you do this doesn't make you fucking smart. I mean, just look at people throughout history. Let me look at these fucking people. Let me look at these assholes. I mean, look at all these people. Look at these corrupt pieces of shit that all went to university. Bill Clinton, fucking George W. Bush. Look at all these fucking people. Biden. They all went to fucking university. None of those fucking morons are smart. So I say impeach Maura Healey's attorney general. Maura Healey's attorney general needs to be fucking thrown out of office. The entire administration is fucking corrupt. Impeach all those fucking bastards. That's what I say. I say impeach all those fucking bastards for violating their oath of office of respecting the will of the voters. And I hope they do it, because they need to lose in 2026. And by them doing this would be wonderful for the next person that's going to run against them in 2026. Impeach these bastards. Impeach them for violating their oath of office. Impeach the worst administration in history. Impeach these bastards. Maura Healey is the worst governor in history. Andrea Campbell is the worst attorney general in history. She makes fucking Martha fucking Crookley, who got her ass handed to her by Charlie Baker in 2014, and I was proud to vote against her fucking dumbass. Makes fucking Martha fucking Coakley look like less of a fucking crook in comparison. Just like fucking Deval Patrick, who never met a fucking tax increase he's never met a tax increase he didn't love, and neither did Maura Healey. But Maura Healey is even more corrupt than he is. It almost makes the fucking Patrick administration look clean in comparison. Don't you love it? I mean, Deval Patrick nearly brought Massachusetts to its knees with taxes and fees. We had one of the highest taxes in North America. We lost over 100,000 jobs. And guess what? Even though the tax burden was lowered since then, it's going back up again under Maura Healey's fucking watch, returning us to the Taxachusetts label that we actually didn't have for many years prior until then. That's what it is. Maura Healey is worse than Deval Patrick. Not even just about the taxes. It's not even about that. It's about the fact that Maura Healey is a liar. She's incompetent. She's corrupt. She's corporate. She has demonstrated over and over again that she is corrupt. She will misuse people's money. She will raise your fucking taxes at record high, unaffordable rates. And she will resort to corruption, cronyism, and will misuse public funds if left unchecked. That's why these assholes don't want the Massachusetts legislature, to be audited, because they've got something to hide. What do you think they've got to hide? Cronyism, corruption, bad government, wasting our money on corrupt corporate bullshit. Where do you think? What do you think it's going to? Terrible windmill policies that they're also doing? What about that? What about all of that type of stuff? But isn't it unbelievable that Massachusetts, the powerhouse of New England, is 46 out of 50 states in terms of tax friendliness because of these assholes? Isn't that unbelievable? Imagine that. We're almost dead last. We're like practically dead last in the region, and we're almost dead last in the country because of their record of failure. They have brought our tax climate and our business climate to its knees. And we were doing relatively good in terms of that, in terms of job growth and economic development. That's all being pissed away. That's all being pissed away. Charlie Baker gave you a fucking surplus. And you're pissing through this surplus with your corrupt crony policies and your terrible policies and refusing to accept the legislative bodies auditing that the people voted for, including me. I blanked voting for Kamala and Biden, but I went to my town hall. Oh, I went to my town hall before lunchtime because actually, funny enough, I was actually up before noon that day. Funny enough. And I actually went and I just went through. I marked down the ballot. I number one voted for that, and then I blanked Biden and Kamala. I blanked Trump and Kamala, or Trump and Kamala and Biden, basically, and then carried on with my day. So I was one of the 72%. That's what it is. And if you're going to disregard the will of the voters, you deserve to be fucking impeached. No, Maura Healey deserves to be impeached. Her fucking corrupt attorney general should be in fucking prison. I'll go even further. Lock her fucking ass up in prison for corruption and for violating her oath of office. The attorney general is supposed to be the top law enforcement officer, and she's violating the laws that she's supposed to uphold. Does it get any more corrupt than that? Barely. That's the problem with this administration. That is the problem with this administration, and it doesn't have to be this way because Massachusetts has so much potential. Our job growth, our economic growth, our economy, all of the things, our universities, all the stuff. We have such a potential to be a responsible regional power in this region, to work with our neighbors, work with other states, and you just can't do that with these fucking clowns in the office. With this fucking corrupt clown on Beacon Hill. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And I don't favor Republicans over Democrats. I don't even know why I even have to explain this to people, but I'm just saying times were better in this state when they just happened to be in office. That's not me favoring them or favoring Republicans. I don't even know why I have to explain this to people, because some people like to twist my words and refuse to listen to the video, refuse to listen to what I say, and then just jump to other conclusions. Because I know, I always got to do this. I always got to go through that. Even though I've made my position clear over and over and fucking over again. But I'll vote for anyone over Maura Healey. I don't give a fuck. We cannot survive 4 years of Maura Healey, 8 years of Maura Healey. I mean, we're not going to fucking make it. It's just, Maura Healey's going to bring us to our fucking knees. That's what's going to happen. And more people are waking up. Because it just goes to show that if these assholes are not going to respect the will of the voters, why are they in office? Why are they in office, and why the fuck would anyone vote for them? If you're not from Massachusetts and you don't know anything about Maura Healey, that's one thing. But if you're here in Massachusetts, if you live here like me, you live here, you have a roof over your head. If you live here and you support Maura Healey at this point, there's something fucking mentally wrong with you. You must have something fucking wrong. You must either be ignorant or stupid. There's got to be one or the other. No one supports Maura Healey with a fucking brain in their head at this point. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. No fucking Republican would support Maura fucking Healey. I can't think of one Republican that would ever support her. Most Democrats can't even stand her anymore. Most can't. Because they're so corrupt. And all they can talk about is Trump bad, social issues, this, that, and the other thing. That's why. That's why other states in the region are just simply doing better than us. Maura Healey is degrading this state, is degrading our state and eroding its once good name of being a moderate blue state. We were once a very moderate blue state. But Maura Healey is eroding that. She is simply eroding that. She is eroding that name. And she needs to be impeached. I call for the worst governor in the history of this state. I call for the worst, most corrupt gubernatorial administration in history to be impeached. And I call for the worst attorney general in history to be impeached. Maura Healey was attorney general and she sucked. The only reason why she couldn't get away with shit that she wanted to was because Charlie Baker was able to put the kibosh on her. But now Maura Healey's governor, now she has a corrupt attorney general, and now what do you got? You've got corruption, cronyism, you got bad government, you got disrespecting the will of the voters, misusing public funds. That's what we've got. Jacking up local taxes because of the revenue shortfall. Why do you think there's a revenue shortfall? Because jobs and businesses are leaving the state at a record number. Well, Maura Healey killed 3,200 businesses. We've lost 3,200 businesses. We've lost 5,000 jobs in two years. You can't just you can't just act like the past year and a half as if they didn't happen. Most states in New England are doing good. New Hampshire's doing well. Maine is doing well. And most other states in the country are doing well. And we're not. We're 46 out of 50 states. How does that happen? When you got terrible politicians that are in office, that's how you have it. You have it like that. You have terrible politicians like Maura Healey and fucking morons like that. That's how. That's the only way you end up being 46 out of 50 states in terms of tax climate. That's how. That's the only way. You don't get that way without having shitty fucking politicians who don't give a fuck about you. Maura Healey is a clown. She is a corrupt piece of trash who doesn't give a fuck about you. Andrea Campbell, same thing. She doesn't give a fuck about you. She doesn't give a fuck about the law. She just wants to interpret the law how she thinks that the law is to suit her own narrative. Because she's corrupt. The whole administration is corrupt. Beacon Hill needs to be cleaned of office. We need to have some moderate that is on the job, that is going to balance the legislative body like Charlie Baker did. That's the only way that you're going to do it. That's the only way that you're going to have some type of transparency. I don't want either one. I mean, I want a Green Party person. I want someone like that. I want a Green person. I want someone like that that's going to balance stuff better. That's what I would do. I'd be a Green person. I'd be an independent. We need independents that are going to get in there and are just going to shake things up. That's how it needs to go. Do you also know that 54,000 people have left, taking with them billions of dollars a year out of her case? Imagine me. One of these days, imagine if Maura Healey gets 8 years in office. By the time her 8 years in office is over, our state's debt will probably double. That's going to be one thing. And the deficit the taxes will definitely double. And it's going to cost the average Massachusetts taxpayer $8,400 more per year because of Maura Healey's terrible policies in driving every job and business and manufacturing job out of the state. And that's what she's going to do if she has her way and if people let her get away with it. But we can't let her get away with it. 2026 is the most crucial election in our state's history. Like, our economic future, our quality of life depends on it. We cannot. Because by that time, you might not see me in my apartment. You might see me in a different apartment. You know why? Probably because I would have left the state by that point. I would have settled in New Hampshire. I would have settled in Maine. I would have just went anywhere. I would have just got up and left. But I don't want to do that, man. You might see me doing that. You might see me with a new job, wearing a suit and tie, me having a different job, and me with my glasses on, like I moved into a new apartment. I got a new job. I live here in New Hampshire now. I live here now. Oh, it's like the price is way lower. You just might see me. You might see that, man. You just might see Zach with a big job with more money in his pockets. You might see him with a big suit and tie on. It's like, you might see me as a lawyer. You might see me as a lawyer. I might be knocking on people's doors. They might be calling me as a lawyer. No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, though, shit's got to change in this state. I mean, either these assholes on the legislative body, either they listen to us or we're not going to make it. I mean, I care about this state. I love this state. The state is home, and I want to make the state a better place. I want the state to be a better place. We need to vote for better people, and we need to make it a better Massachusetts again for all people here, and make it one Massachusetts we can all be proud of. But I'm going to stay and fight. If shit ever got terrible, oh no, I would have got up and left a long time ago. Because I have too much, I have a good job here. I have family. I've got friends. I've got so many friends here. You know, I've got too much going. But in all seriousness, though, I could just cross the border to and from, see my friends and all that, and just live in a different place that's better managed or something. I mean, I could, but no, I don't know. It's just, we'll see what the future holds. But in all honesty, I plan on staying here for the foreseeable future. In all honesty, I mean, I don't got the money to just get up and move. I mean, I just don't. I just simply don't. But in all seriousness, though, that right there is an illustration of the problem that I also hear everywhere I go. It's not only in central and western Mass, it's the Metro West, it's southern Mass, it's the North Shore, the South Shore. People are feeling a huge disconnect in this state. They don't like the direction the state is heading, and I don't either. And people are looking to go in a different direction. We have to go in a different direction. And if they don't respect the will of the voters, it's time to rise up and take our state back and vote these clowns out of office and vote for something better. And try something different. That's the only way. That's the only way forward. And we must do that to make a better Massachusetts for all Bay Staters. Me and my family included. So anyway, that about wraps up this video, but thank you all for watching. I got to get back to work. Gotta go do some more checks around the building. Gotta get back to work, everybody, and upload this video. Have yourselves a great holiday with your family. And yes, I know, we all know my political opinion on Thanksgiving, obviously. It's pretty obvious, but but at the same time, I do hope everyone has a nice time with their family and their friends. Keep your friends close and your family close as well. You know, and stay together. No matter what you agree with or disagree with on politics, keep your family together. Keep your family together. Keep your family close and your friends close. That's unity, and that's the way forward. So anyways, have yourselves a great holiday, everybody. I will be back after the holidays, including on Monday with my stream, and Volume 6 will be out sometime next week, probably either Wednesday or Thursday. Look out for that. Other stuff in the works. Stay tuned. Peace. Have a good one, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great holiday, everybody, and I'll see you all next week with more stuff coming up soon. Stay safe, stay well, stay classy. Happy holidays. Keep fighting, keep on rocking. Take care of yourselves and of each other. I'll see you comrades in the next one. Have a good weekend and have a good holiday. See you all next time. Peace and so long.